What's going on, everybody? This is Professor Crypto Banana. I truly believe we are entering the next era of DeFi. Now, I know that is a bold statement to make. However, I'm seeing this unfold in front of my very eyes on the Fantom ecosystem side. So in general, if you're familiar with Curve and Convex is the heart of DeFi, it will really help you out for the remainder of the video. If not, don't worry. I'll try to fill you in as much as I can along the way. But what happens when, instead of just Curve, Convex being the heart, when you go to a blockchain and multiple projects are starting to gravitate towards that same model? What happens? What about the partnerships, the competition, the bribes? It's getting really interesting. I'm excited to share with you guys the details. But before we get started, I gotta hit you with that disclaimer. Hey, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Keep in mind this is just for entertainment and educational purposes only. Keep in mind that I'm not a crypto expert, so please double check, triple check my work, because I could be inaccurate and missing out on a lot of details. And keep in mind that crypto is risky. So, getting right into this, let's hit it off with a meme. So, Fantom, I do see it as the DeFi blockchain. Super cheap gas fees, extremely fast, got strong community, and also it got major DeFi leaders out there. I'm talking Cronje Daniele, Frog Nation. So if you know, you know. Okay. But now what's happening is a lot of these protocols are gravitating towards the Curve and the Convex models. And I haven't seen this playing out before, and I'm really intrigued because essentially liquidity is important, and we'll go over the reasons why. It allows DeFi to function, meaning it allows people to swap from one token to another. But it has a lot of problems that arise if there is not a lot of funds to do that. So having deep liquidity, meaning having a lot of funds, really important, really helps out. So people with funds are like, okay, I got some money I want to put to good work. They can go to, let's say, Curve and probably lock it up, and then they get the trickle down rewards. So that's the same with a Spirit swap. Go over there, can lock up your Spirit, and then slowly you get in Spirit as rewards. No, you get Spirit as rewards, but because you own their token, you locked it up, you also have the ability to vote. Yeah, so it's a governance thing too. And with the vote, you can say, oh, well, Spirit swap is emitting out tokens, Spirit tokens. And we get to choose, now that you have the voting power, which farms, which LP tokens get the reward. So that is a major thing. But now, as we discussed, there are multiple protocols on the scene kind of adopting and doing the same thing. So now you can see that Liquid Driver right here is like, you know what? We will farm, we'll do our thing here, but we're actually going to acquire as much in Spirit as we can so we can put more rewards back to us. And now there's, Curve over here, they're doing their thing. Beethoven X is also, they're going over to gauge models. So then Liquid Driver is doing probably a partnership with them as well. And that's a very interesting turnout. So then you're seeing protocols invest in each other probably to get a good portion, to redirect their rewards back to them. So maybe that meme makes a little bit more sense. I'm laughing at it. I'm cracking up. I'm just trying to put this all together with you guys as well. I figure that this should hopefully help. So let's go one step further. I'm gonna move myself first. Excuse me. I'm up and up. But I had a great talk with Dr. Liquid today, so shout out to him, man. I need to do another video because what they got going on Liquid Driver is incredible. It's incredible. I love it. I'm already invested in it. Not sponsored, not getting paid. But wow, after that talk, I was like, dude, that is some cool stuff. But I just want to talk about, in general, what's happening on the Fantom side. So let's start at the bottom. Start from the bottom, then we'll be here. So Fantom is a layer 1 blockchain. Cheap gas fees, fast, has the DeFi leaders. We already discussed that. Then, as you would assume, you go one layer up. Actually, let me just get a little OCD here. Yeah, okay, lined up. So we go one layer up here. And you have what you would expect, your decentralized exchanges, farms, etc. So Liquid Driver, Spirit Swap, Beethoven X, Boo, Curve, etc. Okay, but now we're going to discuss why, later on we'll discuss why liquidity is important. But now all these projects are fighting to get some liquidity because it just helps out a lot of new projects, helps out existing projects. And now with these different models that they have going out, you lock up the tokens, which is really cool because then you get the rewards. Okay, So why is that important? Why is locking up the tokens such a big deal? Well, it means way less supply to dump, right? So if other protocols are looking, say like, I want your token, I'm going to lock up. I want your token, I'm going to lock it up too. And they do that, you're essentially, which is this layer right here, we've just created Spiderweb liquidity. This is how I'm picturing it. Am I right? Am I wrong here? Because I like Drake on Digital. He talks about sticky liquidity, right? Where people have to have a reason to have to hold the token and then they get more rewards and it just stays. But what happens when other projects start holding each other's token as well in order to make sure that they can redirect rewards to them and have partnerships, etc.? I feel as if it's locking up even more value on the chain and less leaves, and it's just sucking in more and more. It's really intriguing. I'm loving this concept. And one quote that I gotta give from Dr. Liquid, he says, "We are governance token hunters." Meaning, for Liquid Driver, they're probably taking more of the convex approach, and they're saying, oh no, we don't want just in spirit. We want to pretty much be the king player here. We want to be able to say, okay, on that protocol, yeah, we control where all the liquidity goes, where all the rewards go. Oh, you want us to change it and mix up a little bit? Okay, new project. Why don't you bribe us a little bit? And then with those bribes, Liquid Driver can then reward its holders. It's a lot of cool stuff here. So again, I'm breezing over a lot. So what are the benefits of liquidity to start with? Well, one of them is that I have the ability to move myself down. Woohoo! Okay. So there's probably a lot to it. I'm just giving the brief way of how I understand it, is that, well, thanks to Dr. Liquid for talking about how new projects, they really do need it. They need to get some value locked into their project. However, they do take a major hit. What the newer projects will do, they'll emit a ton of new tokens, and then a lot of people will farm it and dump it and move on out. Some will still hold it, but at least it matures and there's some value that's locked into the project. Okay, so maybe with all the different protocols that are doing this lockup feature and providing liquidity, maybe this could change. Another benefit of the liquidity is there's lower volatility, because when there's a major sell-off, people who are providing funds, providing liquidity so that people can do their swaps back and forth, they may say, you know what? Yeah, I'm actually taking a hit on this price too, and I'm pulling out my funds as well. So then when people are now panic selling more, the drops is happening even more, and then more LP or more people that are providing liquidity say, well, now it's dropping even harder. I don't want to be stuck here, and it's this whole bad chain reaction that happens. So by having more liquidity, you get lower fees, more swaps, and then also that probably means more revenue. So it is very important. So let's give a quick example here of what I'm talking about. So Liquid Driver, they're already collecting a ton of in spirit. In fact, they're ahead. I'm going to point out to a tweet as a great thread, something else to just read on and really think about. This is more just an intro. I'm learning, throughout this process as well. But Liquid Driver, they own a ton of in spirit. They're probably going to get the F beats. They're going to get more governance tokens in the future. And then what happens? They say, okay, Spirit Swap, Beethoven X, whatever it may be. Yeah, we're going to use our governance tokens to redirect a lot more rewards back to the people that are farming here. So let's say I'm out here and I'm farming banana, I'm providing liquidity for the banana token. And now I get more rewards. Why? Because the Liquid Driver project already said, yo, we want more rewards for Professor Crypto Banana over here, because he's harvesting all these banana and he's doing all that. Give the man some more rewards. Like, yes, yes. So, and then with Liquid Driver, more rewards, more people are going to come in, and it's a whole cycle effect. So with multiple protocols looking at that saying, we can't let that happen. And in addition, why don't we then put some funds into Liquid Driver, so then that way we can redirect some of how they're allocating their funds, and it's a whole thing, and it's really cool. So I'm going to have to do another video about Liquid Driver as well, about all the innovation, because man, I'm already invested. I'm not getting paid. There's no endorsement, no promotion, but I'm already heavily invested. But man, after that discussion, it blew me away. So let's take a look at some tweets. CryptoKlay, Fantom community alerts even tweeted it saying like, whoa, you guys need to check this out. And He puts out a lot of great material. It's a deep read, but really gets you thinking. And down here, he even goes down to explain how, let's see here. Essentially, Liquid Driver is in the lead in Spirit, and that could be, changing a lot of the game right there. So they got a real big head start. And it's a race to collect as many of these in Spirit, or as many Spirit tokens as they can, because these tokens that are coming from Spirit Swap, they're not going to be emitting forever, or the amount is going to be extremely reduced. So now it's a competition. Like, okay, let's grab as much as we can, because if you hold on to it, then you can then direct where a lot of these rewards will go in the future. So it's better to get it now than later. So that's why it's the race, and you're hearing about Spirit Wars, etc. And Liquid Driver's in the lead. But in this thread right here that CryptoKlay pointed out, he talked a little bit about the history with Curve and Convex and how there was a lot of competition there. But now there's a lot of new projects out there on the block, and they're like, well, we kind of want in on this in Spirit. We want to get good liquidity. Do we have to do bribes here in order to climb on up as well? So this is a whole competitive scene, Spirit Wars, and it's extremely exciting. I'll leave links in the description. And another thing to take a look at is also, Cronje and Daniele, they're coming out with their own kind of locked up token system that's going on. And when they have a big project coming out, it's definitely worth a read. I don't fully understand it. I have to look at it. Maybe I'll wait for other people to do more material, and then I'll just absorb it all, try to give credit, and then simplify it the best I can so it's even more digestible for everybody. So I'm going to wrap it up right here. I know that it's not as simple where it's like, okay, this is point A, point B, here's a diagram, very simplified, because I'm still in the process of learning this as well. But throughout this whole process, it's extremely exciting to see where this is going, because yes, you're seeing a lot of projects invest in each other in order to do liquidity. It's getting that Spiderweb liquidity where it's locked on chain, which is even more beneficial for the Fantom ecosystem. And it's just a whole new way that I haven't seen. I'm really excited about, and I want to see how this plays out. And it's grabbing a lot of attention from other people, so we'll see how it goes. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.